का काम होता है। मैंने सुना है ये दिल्ली में 9वीं कक्षा के बाद बच्चों को आगे जाने ही नहीं देते। जो बच्चे गारंटी है पास होंगे उन्हीं को जाने दें। क्यों? क्योंकि उनका रिजल्ट खराब हो जाएगा तो मेरी सरकार की इज्जत खराब हो जाएगी, इसलिए बड़ा बेईमानी का काम होता है।
एक बंगलो तो लिया, 4 बंगले तोड़कर 52 करोड़ रुपए का 50,000 गज का शीश महल बनाया। किसी का 50,000 गज का बंगला है क्या? अरे जोर से बोलो भाई, है? किसी के घर में 6 करोड़ के डिजाइनर मार्बल लगे हैं क्या? किसी के घर में रिमोट से खुलने वाले पर्दे हैं क्या? ताली से बंद होने वाली और चालू होने वाली लाइटें हैं क्या? आवाज से खुलने वाला दरवाजा है क्या? शौचालय में सोने का कमोड है क्या? भैया 52 करोड़ रुपया जो केजरीवाल ने अपने निवास पर खर्च कर दिया, ये किसका है?
मैं दिल्ली की जनता को कहना चाहता हूं कि मेरे को सूत्रों से पता चला है कि मशीनों से ये 10% वोट की गड़बड़ कर सकते हैं। देना, इतना जम के वोट देना, एक एक झाड़ू का वोट डालने के लिए निकलना चाहिए कि अगर हमारी 15% की लीड हो गई तो 5% से जीत जाएंगे। 10% के ऊपर की लीड दे देना हर जगह। इतना जम के वोट डालना कि इनकी मशीनों के ऊपर हम जीत जाएं। एहतियात के तौर पे हमने एक वेबसाइट बनाई है। महाराष्ट्र और हरियाणा के चुनावों से जो सीख मिली उससे हमने ये तय किया है कि 5 तारीख की रात को इस वेबसाइट के ऊपर हर पोलिंग बूथ की ये 6 जानकारी हम उस वेबसाइट पे डाल देंगे ताकि मशीनों से छेड़छाड़ ना की जा सके।
And I'm joined by my colleague Aman Sharma on the broadcast. So Aman, clearly the BJP hammering on the Liquorgate scandal, hammering on Sheesh Mahal, Congress party also looking for certain gains in the national capital at the expense of the Aam Aadmi party. The Aam Aadmi party also running ahead with its conspiracy theories after the scandal with the Haryana water being pushed into the national capital. Now election commission also under fire once again. It's a storm of charges on both sides, but is the BJP gaining ground, and does it look like it has the edge when it comes to coming back to power after almost 27 years?
I think it was a very high decibel election. I would say the BJP has contested this election far more aggressively than they have contested the past elections in Delhi. Look, Ashman, when the election began, it seemed like Aam Aadmi Party was in a pole position. It had a 15% vote gap from the BJP from the last election, and though they lost all the seats in the Lok Sabha, they were very confident about the assembly election based on their freebies model. But I think by the time the election has ended in this last lap, and we saw campaigning will end in a few minutes from now, I think the BJP has posed a very, very strong challenge. I would say 3 to 4 factors are very important. Number one is the Jhuggi vote. This votes in the Jhuggis and the clusters, the SC vote, which is primarily based here, they were always the stronghold of the Aam Aadmi Party. But this time I feel that maybe there's a split there because the BJP has been able to take its narrative in the Jhuggis as well. Also, I think the middle class voter in Delhi, about 40% of Delhi is middle class. I think they are consolidating behind the BJP, especially this new income tax relief which has come just a couple of days ago in the union budget. I think this is going to really help the BJP in the last lap. But the Muslims, I feel, which is another important constituent in Delhi, they seem to be consolidating behind AAP. I think the Congress campaign has been largely lackluster. I don't think they'll have been able to impress the Muslim voters so much. Of course, the end, it could all boil down to whose freebies, which people trust. There's a very smart change in the campaign this time by the BJP from 2020. This time, they're not calling them reveries like they called them in 2020. Maybe the people were not so impressed at that stage with the BJP. This time, the BJP has promised not just to continue the freebies which are already continuing in Delhi, like free power, free free water, free bus rides for women. They are promising much more, rupees 2,500 for women. So I think it's a lot about credibility also. Do people believe in Mr. Kejriwal's promises? They have not been able to give the women's scheme in Punjab. Will they be able to give it in Delhi? BJP saying, look, we have given the women's scheme, women money in other states. So it's all about credibility of the face of Prime Minister Narendra Modi versus the credibility of Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. So I think all these factors will determine who wins. I think it's a close contest, and we'll hold our horses maybe till the 8th to know who has won.
Absolutely. But Aman, when it comes to Delhi, BJP has always been questioned about the leadership factor at the local level. Prime Minister Modi, even though he's been the face of the campaigns, he's led to that 7-7 victory in the Lok Sabha elections. But Assembly, it's never percolated that way. Given the anti-incumbency against Aam Aadmi Party, do you think this time the leadership factor will not pull the BJP down?
Well, Aam Aadmi Party does not believe there's any anti-incumbency against him. They believe Mr. Kejriwal is very, very popular. They also believe Mr. Kejriwal has a lot of sympathy in these elections because, they say he was wrongly jailed. He came out, gave up the Chief Minister's chair also. So the Aam Aadmi Party feel it's a pro-incumbency vote. Yes, the face in Delhi is, in every election for that matter, the face becomes very important. Aam Aadmi Party, I think, has been very smart. Mr. Kejriwal saying he will be the Chief Minister. Atishi will no longer be the Chief Minister if AAP wins. BJP does not maybe have as pan-Delhi face like Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is there in AAP. But that said, I think Prime Minister Narendra Modi's words in these elections appealing to the electorate that give BJP one chance. You have given BJP chance when it comes to Lok Sabha. Give us one chance. Trust in brand Modi. If you've seen BJP's posters, BJP's entire advertisement campaign, it just has Prime Minister Narendra Modi as the face. So Mr. Modi is telling the voters, trust in me. There'll be a Chief Minister, of course, but trust in me. I will bring the double-engine development to Delhi. Will people go for that this time? Remains to be seen.
Right. So the BJP pushing the double-engine model. Also, we're joined by Pallavi Ghosh as well as Arunima on the broadcast to get the pulse of the national capital as campaigning has come to a close. We're less than 48 hours away from polling in the national capital. But first, let's listen into the reactions coming in as the Delhi dangle is now in its last leg.
रक्षा मंत्री जी, कैसा माहौल लग रहा है? क्या कुछ लग रहा है आपकी बार?
माहौल प्रत्यक्ष अपनी आंखों से आप देख रहे हैं। पूरे दिल्ली का माहौल ऐसा बना हुआ है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी इस बार 2/3 बहुमत से दिल्ली में अपनी सरकार बनाने जा रही है।
सर, आम आदमी पार्टी लगातार ये आरोप लगा रही है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी के इशारों पर इलेक्शन कमीशन काम कर रहा है। यमुना को लेकर हमने उनकी पॉइजन वाली स्टोरीज भी देखी। तमाम तरीके के आरोप आप पर लगाए जा रहे हैं।
ऐसा है कि अपनी कमजोरी को छुपाने के लिए आम आदमी पार्टी के नेता बराबर इस प्रकार की जो स्वायत्त शासी संस्थाएं होती हैं उन पर बेबुनियाद और अनर्गल आरोप लगाते रहते हैं, केवल जनता को गुमराह करने के लिए। यदि किसी प्रकार की को आपत्ति है तो सीधे अदालत की शरण ले सकते हैं। यदि चुनाव आयोग ठीक तरीके से उनकी दृष्टि से काम नहीं कर रहा है तो अदालत की भी शरण ले सकते हैं।
सर, 27 साल का वनवास है और कहा यह जा रहा है कि इस बार इतना कॉन्फिडेंस है। अगर आपसे जानना चाहें तो कितनी सीट आपको लग रहा है कि जीत पाएगी भारतीय जनता सीट? आपको लग रहा है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी की आ रही है?
मुझे लगता है कि 2/3 सीटों पर भारतीय जनता पार्टी को विजय प्राप्त होगी।
And let's get to Pallavi Ghosh to understand where the Congress camp stands in this entire election battle in the national capital. Remember, Congress party very confident of making gains in the national capital and trying to take away some of the support away from the Aam Aadmi Party. So Pallavi, when it first came to the campaigning leg, the Congress party was very confident about significant gains across the national capital. What is the mood in the Congress camp right now and what is the pulse on the ground? Could we see a resurgence of the Congress camp similar to what Sheila Dikshit was able to enjoy, that level of clout in the national capital?
Well, I think that's very long back, really, Ayushman. Today you have a situation where the Congress has 0 MLAs and MPs from the national capital. And the Congress's strategy for Delhi elections has been really a story of multiple flip-flops. They were caught in a catch-22 situation, a dilemma on whether one, to follow a coalition maryada, that is whether for the sake of the larger good of India bloc and its fight against the BJP, they decided that they, might as well go soft. I remember at one Congress election committee meeting, while they were discussing the tickets and some of them suggested some strong, powerful names, Rahul Gandhi said, let's not do something which is going to help the BJP. So for long you would have noticed the Congress actually did not put up a fight, which left some within the party very miffed. For example, like Ajay Makan. I remember Rahul Gandhi's debut rally in Selampur. He was not really very acrimonious about Arvind Kejriwal. But down the line he was convinced that at the end of the day you need to love your party more. Every time you have sacrificed your ambitions for the sake of the coalition or the India bloc, it's only ended the Congress's standing. You saw, for example, in West Bengal today they have 0 MPs. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, the last man standing, was defeated from Behrampur in Murshidabad. Similarly, in Delhi today, when the Congress had one point of time ruled non-stop for 15 years, no one even looks at the Congress party as an alternative. So, yes, many leaders of the Congress are fighting very strongly on the ground. You're seeing their campaigns. You're hearing Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra going to extend, in fact, Rahul Gandhi for the first time ever named Arvind Kejriwal as a corrupt politician, Manish Sisodia being labelled by him as the kingpin of the liquor scam. But many feel within the party this has come a tad too late. He should have given that go-ahead. They could have worked harder on the ground much earlier. Perhaps if not win seats, at least increase their vote percentage. So today what the Congress party is going to be looking at on 8 when the results come out is whether they win any seats at all. And even if they don't win, the second important thing is how much their vote percentage goes. Because what has convinced Rahul Gandhi is that in case AAP is defeated and the BJP forms the government, maybe next time round it could be a turn of the Congress party, because the AAP has grown on pretty much the same vote bank as the Congress party.
Right, and Pallavi, very quickly, do you sense that the Congress party's aggression against the Aam Aadmi party in Delhi came a little too late on the campaign trail?
Yes, absolutely. It came a little bit too late, as I just pointed out. It's come in the last 7 to 8 days. Many of the candidates, actually, Ayushman, were very upset. In fact, some of them, and we did this story, wrote an SMS to Rahul Gandhi saying that why are we even fighting? As I said, they had a very strong base at one point of time, but they have been equally high-profile exit. So there is a sense that perhaps if they had gone into the field much earlier, possibly they could have at least won, if not many, at least 1 or 2 seats.
Right. Thank you, Pallavi, for getting us that analysis from the Congress camp. But please stay with us. Before we go to Arunima to decode the pulse on the ground, let's listen in to what Union Minister Piyush Goyal had to say about the Delhi battle.
दिल्ली के लोगों को अब मुक्ति मिलेगी और प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी की विश्वसनीय नेतृत्व वाली एक अच्छी सरकार जो विकास से प्रेरित हो, लोक कल्याण के कार्य ईमानदारी से करे, दिल्ली के लोगों को अच्छे घर बना के दे, जहां वो रहते हैं वहीं पर उनके बच्चों की परवरिश भविष्य में अच्छी तरीके से हो। हर एक दिल्ली वासी जो वर्षों से, दशकों से अपने आप को विकास से वंचित पाता है, वो अब दिल्ली में एक डबल इंजन की सरकार भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेतृत्व में।
And let's get the pulse from the national capital from my colleague Arunima. Arunima, when it comes to the national capital, we see politics played along multiple lines, be it regional, be it economic, and several factors are in play when it comes to wooing the voters in the national capital, even particularly the Purvanchali factor in the national capital. Where do you sense the needle is turning? Has the Aam Aadmi Party maintained its hold on the Delhi electorate, or is it fragmenting given the aggression now from the Congress camp as well as the BJP?
So having travelled from Burari to Deoli, from Selampur towards Karol Bagh, which is north to south, east to central and onwards towards western Delhi, I find that there is no one concrete homogeneous Purvanchali block. There are divergence within them as well. Chhat Puja, of course, cleaning of the Yamuna and the way the Chhat Puja is performed is an issue. But more than that, getting clean water to drink, getting clean air to breathe, and the sewage in most of these Purvanchali colonies which have come up in the last decade and a half or 2 decades or so, the sanitation, the civic amenities are not that great. So many of the colonies are still seeing sewage flowing on to the main road, restricting their entry, and that's a big issue for them. So basic bread and butter, civic issues is what they are testing the Aam Aadmi Party on. Having said that, the Jhuggi Jhopdi clusters, the lowest of the lowest strata here in Delhi, they are very happy with the free bus ride that has been given to women. Mohalla clinic, for some it was a non-starter. As far as the Delhi government schools are concerned, they say that yes, improvement did happen, but then it hit a plateau. So the aspirational Delhiite is now expecting more from the Aam Aadmi Party. The other two issues on which Bharatiya Janata Party tried to corner AAP, corruption, the Sheesh Mahal controversy and the liquor gate. One thing that kept coming up in conversations was that yes, a number of liquor shops have come up in residential colonies, and old-timers, senior citizens are not too happy with the number of wine shops that have come up in residential areas. So that's a talking point, but corruption is not really an issue, I felt. As you climb up the ladder, when you come to middle class, upper middle class, in areas which you consider posh, for example, Luton's Delhi, there is sadly some kind of a lack of interest, a disinterest in the entire election process. So they will discuss in newsroom debates and drawing room corners about what should be done about Delhi. Will they come out and vote? I am not sure, because they did not really sound very enthusiastic. The middle class, after this budget, the middle class is what could be the decisive factor in this election. If they decide to greet the BJP with their votes because of what they have received in terms of income tax waiver, it could be a game changer for the Bharatiya Janata Party. But then it also depends how much vote the Congress manages to pull. In the Muslim pockets of Delhi, the choice still remains Aam Aadmi Party, is what I felt. There are some who are veering towards Asaduddin Owaisi's entry in Okhla. But as far as Congress is concerned, not too much of vote cutting there as far as the Muslim pockets are concerned, is what I felt after speaking to voters on the ground.
Right. Thank you, Arunima, for decoding that for us. Delhi votes in the next 48 hours, ladies and gentlemen, to decide the fate of the national capital. The BJP hoping for a comeback after 27 years. Aam Aadmi Party hoping to hold on to its base in the national capital, its Karma Bhumi, and the Congress Party also hoping for a resurgence. We'll continue to track all the developments coming in. For now, a quick break. More news and updates on the other side.
सदस्यगण, बजट के बाद राज्यपाल अभिभाषण में आपको पर्याप्त सत्र में अवसर दूंगा। मेरा आपसे निवेदन है, नहीं माननीय अखिलेश जी, आपने संसद की मर्यादा को आप बना के रखे हैं। कभी बजट भाषण के अंदर इस तरीके का नहीं हुआ, ये उचित नहीं है, ये उचित नहीं है। अखिलेश जी प्लीज, मैं आपको मौका दूंगा राज्यपाल अभिभाषण पे, प्लीज। नो, ये तरीका ठीक नहीं है। नो, राज्यपाल अभिभाषण पे चर्चा होगी। नो तरीका।
Honorable Speaker, I present the budget for 25-26. This budget continues our government's efforts to A. Accelerate growth, B. Secure inclusive development, C. Invigorate private sector investments, D. Uplift household sentiments, and E. Enhance spending power of India's rising middle class. Together, we embark on a journey to unlock our nation's tremendous potential for greater prosperity and global positioning under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. As we complete the first quarter of the 21st century, continuing geopolitical headwinds suggest lower global economic growth over the medium term. However, our aspiration for a Vikasit Bharat inspires us, and the transformative work we have done during our government's first 2 terms guides us to march forward resolutely. Our economy is the fastest growing among all major economies. Our development track record for the past 10 years and structural reforms have drawn global attention. Confidence in India's capability and potential has only grown in this period. We see the next 5 years as a unique opportunity to realize Sabka Vikas, stimulating balanced growth of all regions. The great Telugu poet and playwright Gurujada Apparao had said, Deshamante matti kadoy, Deshamante manushuloy, meaning a country is not just its soil, a country is its people. In line with this, for us, Vikasit Bharat encompasses zero poverty, 100% quality good school education, access to high quality, affordable and comprehensive health care, 100% skilled labor with meaningful employment, 70% women in economic activities, and farmers making our country the food basket of the world. In this budget, the proposed development measures span 10 broad areas focusing on Garib, Youth, Annadata and Nari, spurring agricultural growth and productivity, building rural prosperity and resilience, taking everyone together on an inclusive growth path, boosting manufacturing and furthering Make in India, supporting MSMEs, enabling employment-led development, investing in people, economy and innovation, securing energy supplies, promoting exports and nurturing innovation. For this journey of development, our 4 powerful engines are agriculture, MSME, investments and exports. The fuel, our reforms, our guiding spirit, inclusivity, and the destination, Vikasit Bharat. This budget aims to initiate transformative reforms across 6 domains. During the first 5 years, these will augment our growth potential and global competitiveness. The domains are taxation, power sector, urban development, mining, financial sector, and regulatory reforms. Agriculture as the first engine. Now I move to specific proposals, beginning with agriculture as the first engine. Prime Minister Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana, developing agri-districts program. Motivated by the success of the aspirational district program, our government will undertake a Prime Minister Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana in partnership with states. Through the convergence of existing schemes and specialized measures, the program will cover 100 districts with low productivity, moderate crop intensity, and below average credit parameters. It aims to 1. Enhance agricultural productivity, 2. Adopt crop diversification and sustainable agricultural practices, 3. Augment post-harvest storage at the panchayat and block level, 4. Improve irrigation facilities, and 5. Facilitate availability of long-term and short-term credit. This program is likely to help 1.7 crore.
And welcome back to the Nation at 5 with me, Ayushman Singh Jamwal. A recent report by Jawaharlal Nehru University has highlighted the demographic danger that has been posed by illegal migration from both Bangladesh as well as Myanmar. Now, as per the report, the 114-page study says that political entities and their affiliates have played a role in assisting migrants with voter registration, claiming that migration from Bangladesh and Myanmar has significantly altered Delhi's social, political and economic landscape. According to the report, the creation of fraudulent identification documents undermines the integrity of the legal and electoral systems. The BJP was quick to respond to the report and slam the Aam Aadmi Party government in the national capital. BJP MP Sambit Patra said that the report says that political patronage plays a crucial role in enabling a steady influx of undocumented Rohingyas and Bangladeshis, with the Aam Aadmi Party playing a significant part, is the pitch coming in from the BJP camp.
जवाहरलाल नेहरू यूनिवर्सिटी प्रेजेंट्स रिपोर्ट ऑन इलीगल इमिग्रेंट्स टू दिल्ली। ये जो इलीगल इमिग्रेंट्स हैं ये बांग्लादेश से और म्यांमार से। इसमें कहा गया है कि देयर हैज बीन अ नोटेबल इंक्रीज ऑफ मुस्लिम पॉपुलेशन बिकॉज ऑफ इलीगल माइग्रेशन फ्रॉम बांग्लादेश एंड म्यांमार। कहा गया है कि देयर इज अ चेंज इन द डेमोग्राफी ऑफ द सिटी। ये सारा कुछ पॉलिटिकल पैट्रोनेज के कारण हो रहा है, अर्थात कुछ राजनीतिक दल इसको बढ़ावा दे रहे हैं, पैट्रोनेज दे रहे हैं। यहां लिखा है पॉलिटिकल पैट्रोनेज प्लेज अ क्रूशियल रोल अलाउइंग द स्टडी इनफ्लक्स ऑफ अनडॉक्यूमेंटेड बांग्लादेशी एंड रोहिंग्यान्स। अनडॉक्यूमेंटेड, ये जो बांग्लादेशी और रोहिंग्यान आ रहे हैं ये अनडॉक्यूमेंटेड है, कहीं डॉक्यूमेंटेशन नहीं है। और इसमें पॉलिटिकल पैट्रोनेज और पॉलिटिकल पार्टी, खास करके आम आदमी पार्टी का, कांग्रेस पार्टी का तो ये सालों से धंधा है, मगर ये जो आम आदमी पार्टी है इसका एक क्रूशियल रोल है, उसकी एजेंसीज बनी हुई है।
I heard that Jawaharlal Nehru University has made a report which says that Delhi demography is changed because of migration from Myanmar and Bangladesh. What the Modi government has been doing over 10 years of his tenure, what the Home Minister is doing, why have they been allowed to infiltrate our country and then come to Delhi? And secondly, if they had come, why had they not detected them earlier? Only a day is left before election. I think it is not same Jawaharlal Nehru University. The university should not indulge in such petty politics.
And I'm joined by Madhuparna Das on the broadcast. Madhuparna, so when it comes to the political reverberations of this report, clearly this is something that several organizations and political parties have pointed to the fact that there is a demographic alarm because of illegal migration from Bangladesh and Myanmar. But clearly it always gets tackled in the realm of politics with charges and counter-charges over this entire issue. But clearly the JNU report also putting some facts on the table, claiming that there is a huge demographic challenge given illegal migration and rackets of legitimizing illegal migrants in the national capital.
Yes, right, Ayushman. So the debate over illegal Bangladeshi immigration remains a bit clouded by various claims and data. But the report is also giving us some government data, which includes parliament data, data of census, etc., etc. So, well, official records, as in the parliament data, show that just around 15,000 Bangladeshis were granted Indian citizenship between 2015 and 2019, mostly due to the 2015 India-Bangladesh land swap that naturalized around 14,880 individuals. The actual number of undocumented migrants remains unknown. This kind of data the report has. However, the report's ground level assessment reveals that illegal migration is apparently displacing local workers and increasing economic anxieties. The report also sheds light on the issue that claiming that illegal migration has significantly altered Delhi's demographic fabric, particularly in areas like Jamia Nagar, Silampur, Mustafabad and Zakir Nagar. The influx of Bangladeshi and Rohingya migrants has led to unplanned urban sprawl, overburdening the public resources and depressing wages in low-income sectors such as construction and domestic work. The report directly implicates political parties, alleging that they facilitate fake voter registrations, raising concerns over electoral manipulation. It details how migrants navigate India's bureaucratic maze using informal networks of brokers, religious preachers and agents to secure jobs, housing and even forged identification documents. Beyond economic strain, the report warns of a thriving criminal ecosystem linked to illegal immigration, including document forgery, human trafficking and smuggling. Despite police crackdowns, political resistance has slowed the deportation process, allowing these kind of networks to flourish unchecked. Ayushman.
Right. So, Madhuparna, at the end of the day, the report also highlighting that despite any kind of will from the law enforcement agencies to crack down on these rackets, there is a veneer of political patronage, or at least a layer of political patronage, which prevents any concrete action against these gangs. That's also something that the report is highlighting, even pointing to the entire debate surrounding vote bank politics, clearly saying that it has hurt the demographic kind of setup of the national capital. So something that many political parties have to take heed of, given the fact that the report directly implicates them for vote bank politics.
Yes, Ayushman. The report also, as I said, the reports actually also uses the data, and these are not the. This is a very much academic exercise, but the investigators, the researchers, they have also visited the sites. They have spoken to people. This is what the report claims, and they are also mentioning the data that they have got from Bangladesh website, their official records, and also the data that the Indian government has. So combining all data and then including all their inputs from the ground, the report claims that the demography has been altered.
Right. Thank you, Madhuparna, for getting us the latest. That is the storm being created right after the JNU report, which has cited and blamed political parties for the demographic alarm in the national capital, also pointing to the explosion of criminal gangs which are facilitating illegal migration from both Myanmar as well as Bangladesh. But staying with the national capital, talking about the Delhi elections and the crucial seat of New Delhi, where it's a three-way fight between Arvind Kejriwal, Parvesh Verma and Sandeep Dixit. It's a high-octane fight of prestige in the New Delhi seat, the seat where Arvind Kejriwal first won the elections and went up to become the Chief Minister of Delhi.
New Delhi Assembly constituency is one of the high-profile constituencies because former Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, BJP's Sahib Singh Verma and Congress Party's Sandeep Dixit are contesting from this seat. And this is the place where I'm standing at this point, from where Prime Minister Modi started his Swachh Bharat campaign. And in fact, Arvind Kejriwal chose his party sign, broom, from this area. This is Valmiki Basti in New Delhi constituency where we are standing. And we would want to know as to what people of this Basti think, because this seat is a seat which actually decides the throne, who's going to sit on the throne of national capital. So we have a couple of people with us at this point. We will speak to them. We'll try to find out the pulse of this Basti, of this seat, what they think, which way wind is blowing this time in 2025. So we have some senior resident of वाल्मीकि बस्ती विद अस एट दिस पॉइंट. सबसे पहले तो आप अपना नाम बताइए, क्या नाम है?
मेरा नाम राजू है जी.
राजू जी, आप यहीं रहते हैं?
जी बिल्कुल यहीं रहता हूँ.
अच्छा, एक चीज़ मुझे पूछनी थी, क्योंकि 2025 है
जी,
हम देख रहे हैं कि इस सीट से चाहे 2013 हो, 2015 हो, 2020 हो, अरविंद केजरीवाल को जिताया गया है.
जी जी.
और इसी सीट से जो जीतता है 1998 से हम देख रहे हैं वो मुख्यमंत्री बनता है. शीला दीक्षित भी 98 से 2008 तक जीती थी. तो सबसे पहले तो बताइए, इस बार का माहौल क्या है? क्या इस बार
का माहौल ऐसा है जी, केजरीवाल जी ने यहाँ कोई कार्य नहीं किया, तो शायद हमारे यहाँ से जो है 60% वोट उसको नहीं जाएगा.
60% वोट नहीं जाएगा?
बिल्कुल नहीं जाएगा.
क्योंकि इतनी नाराजगी
यूँ है कि यहाँ जो कार्य करती है वो एनडीएमसी करती है.
अच्छा.
उसके अंडर है नहीं है. एनडीएमसी जो है उसके सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के अंदर है. वो कार्य करते नहीं है कि भाई मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ. अगर उसके पास जाओ फरियाद लेके तो वो सुनाई नहीं करते। तो इसलिए जब अब वहाँ बीजेपी ही बैठी है तो क्यों ना बीजेपी को जिताया जाए। हमारे नवयुग बच्चे जो है बेरोजगार घूम रहे हैं, तो इन्हें रोजगार तो मिलेगा अगर वो जीते।
आपने अच्छा पॉइंट उठाया। इस बार ऐसी भावना है कि केंद्र में अगर बीजेपी है
तो बीजेपी ही आनी चाहिए दिल्ली में भी, तभी कोई कार्य होगा, नहीं तो वरना कुछ नहीं, वही खेचमतानी आपस में लगी रहेगी।
अच्छा, तो अगर आपसे पूछूं मैं कि इन्होंने तो कहा कि जो केंद्र में जो सरकार है दिल्ली में भी हमको वही सरकार चाहिए, आपका भी यही मानना है या कुछ और?
जी बिल्कुल।
ऐसा क्यों? केजरीवाल कह रहे हैं कि जब वो सरकार में फिर से आएंगे तो
जी बिल्कुल जी ठीक है, हमारे लिए कोई वो नहीं, जो भी सरकार आए अच्छा ही करके जाए, हम तो ये कहेंगे बस।
और जो बिजली पानी की जो बात करते हैं अरविंद केजरीवाल,
कोई नहीं कर सकता यहाँ पे, कोई फ्री नहीं है,
का बिजली पानी
कोई फ्री नहीं कर सकता। किसी का 3 लाख रुपए बिल आ रहा, किसी का 2 लाख, कोई इस पर डिपेंड नहीं करता। मतलब अगले भी गरीब आदमी है या कैसे भी रह रहे जो कि झोपड़ियों में, उनका कम आए बिल, तो ये ऐसा कोई नहीं है।
अच्छा, ऐसा कोई नहीं। तो आपका क्या नाम है?
चंद्रपाल।
चंद्रपाल जी, ये बताइए कि जो अरविंद केजरीवाल हैं वो कह रहे हैं कि मेरे साथ गलत हुआ, मेरे को जो जेल में डाला, मैंने कुछ किया नहीं था, मेरा कोई दोष नहीं है, तो आपको लगता है वो सही कह रहे हैं?
देखो जी, ऐसा क्या तो वो बिल्कुल ठीक रहे, जब उसको काम ही नहीं करने दे रहे एलजी साहब, तो वो क्या करेगा, समझे। अब तो इस टाइम टक्कर जो तीनों की बराबर है, इस विषय में कुछ नहीं कह सकते।
अच्छा, आप कह रहे हैं कि टक्कर इस सीट पे बराबर,
आम पार्टी में जुड़े रहे।
अच्छा,
समझे, हमने बहुत सारे करी उसकी मदद, बहुत सब नहीं, पूरी टीम बैठी है, लेकिन हमारे यहाँ कुछ भी उन्होंने नहीं किया, ना बिजली फ्री ना पानी। हमारा काम तो एनडीएमसी करती है, हमारा जो भी काम है, तो किसी वाले को इसमें रोल ही नहीं है।
अच्छा, तो आप ये कह रहे हैं कि भाई कुछ किया नहीं अरविंद केजरीवाल ने, लेकिन फाइट तकड़ी है, ऐसा क्यों?
बराबर के खड़े तीनों जने, वो उसका नाम क्या, परवेश शर्मा और तुम्हारे संदीप दीक्षित और अरविंद, ये सारे तीनों टक्कर के।
संदीप दीक्षित भी टक्कर में है, कांग्रेस पार्टी भी टक्कर
हाँ जी,
में है।
हाँ जी, शीला का बेटा है जी, उसने काम करे शीला ने।
तो यहाँ से इस बस्ती से कांग्रेस को भी वोट जा सकता है?
देखो जी, जा सकता, ये नहीं जा सकता, तीनों की टक्कर है, इस विषय में कुछ नहीं है,
तीनों की टक्कर है,
तीनों की।
So that's the latest from the national capital, ladies and gentlemen. Primarily the New Delhi seat, which will see a three-way prestige fight between Arvind Kejriwal, Parvesh Verma and Sandeep Dixit. We're going to take a quick break now. More news and updates on the other side.
Brought to you by
सदस्यगण, बजट के बाद राज्यपाल अभिभाषण में आपको पर्याप्त अवसर दूंगा। मेरा आपसे निवेदन है, नहीं माननीय अखिलेश जी, आपने संसद की मर्यादा को आप बना के रखे हैं, कभी बजट भाषण के अंदर इस तरीके का नहीं हुआ, ये उचित नहीं है, ये उचित नहीं है। अखिलेश जी प्लीज, मैं आपको मौका दूंगा राज्यपाल अभिभाषण पे, प्लीज। नो, ये तरीका ठीक नहीं है। नो, राज्यपाल अभिभाषण पे चर्चा होगी, नो तरीका।
Honorable Speaker, I present the budget for 25-26. This budget continues our government's efforts to A. Accelerate growth, B. Secure inclusive development, C. Invigorate private sector investments, D. Uplift household sentiments, and E. Enhance spending power of India's rising middle class. Together, we embark on a journey to unlock our nation's tremendous essential for greater prosperity and global positioning under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. As we complete the first quarter of the 21st century, continuing geopolitical headwinds suggest lower global economic growth over the medium term. However, our aspiration for a Vikasit Bharat inspires us, and the transformative work we have done during our government's first 2 terms guides us to march forward resolutely. Our economy is the fastest growing among all major economies. Our development track record for the past 10 years and structural reforms have drawn global attention. Confidence in India's capability and potential has only grown in this period. We see the next 5 years as a unique opportunity to realize Sabka Vikas, stimulating balanced growth of all regions. The great Telugu poet and playwright Gurujada Apparao had said, "Deshamante matti kadoy, deshamante manushuloy," meaning a country is not just its soil, a country is its people. In line with this, for us, Vikasit Bharat encompasses zero poverty, 100% quality good school education, access to high quality, affordable and comprehensive health care, 100% skilled labor with meaningful employment, 70% women in economic activities, and farmers making our country the food basket of the world. In this budget, the proposed development measures span 10 broad areas focusing on Garib, youth, Annadata and Nari, spurring agricultural growth and productivity, building rural prosperity and resilience, taking everyone together on an inclusive growth path, boosting manufacturing and furthering Make in India, supporting MSMEs, enabling employment-led development, investing in people, economy and innovation, securing energy supplies, promoting exports and nurturing innovation. For this journey of development, our 4 powerful engines are agriculture, MSME, investments and exports. The fuel, our reforms, our guiding spirit, inclusivity, and the destination, Vikasit Bharat. This budget aims to initiate transformative reforms across 6 domains. During the first 5 years, these will augment our growth potential and global competitiveness. The domains are taxation, power sector, urban development, mining, financial sector, and regulatory reforms. Agriculture as the first engine. Now I move to specific proposals, beginning with agriculture as the first engine. Prime Minister Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana, developing agri-districts program. Motivated by the success of the aspirational district program, our government will undertake a Prime Minister Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana in partnership with states. Through the convergence of existing schemes and specialized measures, the program will
And welcome back to The Nation at 5 with me, Ayushman Singh Jamwal. Our top story from the south, ladies and gentlemen. Telangana has now completed the caste survey and will submit the report in the State Assembly on Tuesday. Now, what we are learning with the initial findings of the caste survey is that according to this report, backward classes constitute up to 56.3% of Telangana. Scheduled castes account for 17.4% of the total population, while scheduled tribes are 10.45%, other castes at around 15.79% of Telangana. There is a growing demand that the state government implement the 42% reservations for backward classes in the impending local body elections. The government is also facing a lot of demands for this quota factor in the local body elections. Otherwise, many groups are threatening mass agitations across the state.
there are OBC MPs in the BJP. There are OBC MPs in the BJP. There are Dalit MPs in the BJP. There are Adivasi MPs in the BJP. Remember, you are OBCs, you have 50% of the population, and you have absolutely no power. I know that you're sitting there and you cannot even open your mouth. That is the truth of the country. प्रधानमंत्री का चेहरा आपको दिखाई नहीं देता है। जाति जनगणना, प्रधानमंत्री का चेहरा आपको दिखाई नहीं देता है। आर्किटेक्चर, participation, revolution.
No, nothing wrong in it. We have to respect sentiments. Caste is a reality, region is a reality, religion is a reality. How to respect all these things and how to carry inclusive growth by involving everybody. That is important.
So Delhi election is going.
Congress party has taken up caste survey in Telangana. We've all welcomed it. We've all cooperated for it. The result is out. They are now saying there are 56.3% BCs in Telangana. So we immediately demand the Congress government to give the local body reservation of 56.3% to the BCs and only then conduct the local body elections.
And I'm joined by my colleague PV Ramanna on the broadcast. So, Ramanna, when it comes to the entire caste survey, something that was in the Congress party's political wheelhouse being now pushed in the state of Telangana, how are the other parties priming their political strategies when it comes to this report, which will be tabled in the Assembly tomorrow?
Yeah, Ayushman, tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock, that special assembly session will commence to table these caste census which were taken place in Telangana. According to the government, BC population is around 46.25%. Accordingly, they wanted to provide whatever the reservation will be there. And meanwhile, these caste census will be finalized by these next upcoming Gram Panchayat elections, local body elections in Telangana too. So meanwhile, as Rahul Gandhi mentioned in the parliament, now there is almost 40, according to the opposition, there is a 50+% of BC population is there, but government is showing only 46.25% as a BC population. And meanwhile, they are demanding more than 50%. Like just now, Kavita also spoke on this reservation issue. She says this is a 50% plus BC population is there. Accordingly, the government has to provide the reservation accordingly. So this is the main issue with the opposition parties. I have to see, please. I have to see what exactly government will take stand on that. And meanwhile, we have 12 ministers in Telangana government. In these 12 ministers, there is according to their caste, BCs only 2 ministers are there,
right.
SCs 2 ministers are there, and OCs, chief minister plus minister, 7 ministers are there, only SC only 1 minister. So how right. The government, as Rahul Gandhi mentioned in the parliament, how the opposition parties will react on the assembly, how to see.
Right. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Thank you, PV Ramanna, for joining us on the broadcast and decoding the politics in Telangana in the wake of the caste survey report. We're shifting focus to our top international story. Donald Trump's tariff war has drawn the ire of Canada, Mexico, its key neighbors in North America, but even the Chinese authorities, where all 3 countries have now vowed counter tariff measures against the United States. Now, Donald Trump has maintained that the tariff program will make America wealthy, will make it a bigger competitor on the global trade stage. But several experts have pointed to the fact that the tariff war now being waged by both Mexico, Canada, as well as China's countermeasures against Donald Trump's tariff war, this will only spike prices across the United States when it comes to essential goods imported by the country.
President Donald Trump carrying through on a campaign promise, implementing tariffs.
The tariffs are going to make us very rich and very strong.
As of Tuesday, items coming from Mexico and Canada will be taxed 25%. Items from China taxed 10%.
in the case of Canada, you're talking about energy, you're talking about oil, you're talking about certain kinds of agricultural products.
Last year, the U.S. imported $97 billion worth of oil and gas from Canada, according to the U.S. Energy Information Administration. Adding a 25% tariff could mean higher gas prices, according to some experts. Certain grocery prices could also go up. That's because $46 billion of agricultural products, like fresh vegetables and even some beer and spirits, were imported from Mexico last year, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. These taxes could also impact the auto industry.
There are very highly integrated automotive supply chains that go across all of those borders. And so are you going to begin to see the costs of autos go up?
Some experts say it could be weeks, even months, before Americans feel the impact on their wallet. But the reaction from leaders of Canada and Mexico was immediate, saying it violates the North American Free Trade Agreement, which went into effect in July of 2020.
I am announcing Canada will be responding to the U.S. trade action with 25% tariffs against $155 billion worth of American goods.
The president of Mexico also saying her country would retaliate with tariffs on American goods.
And shifting focus to our top entertainment story, the Grammy Awards dazzle the entire world with the world's best musical talent showcasing their chops when it comes to the most coveted award in the world of music. Here are the highlights of the Grammys 2025.
At the 67th Annual Grammy Awards, held on February 2, 2025 in Los Angeles, Beyoncé made history by winning Album of the Year for her 8th studio album, Cowboy Carter. This marks the first time in over 2 decades that a black woman has won this prestigious award, with Lauryn Hill being the last to achieve this feat in 1999. Cowboy Carter is a 27-track genre-blending album that fuses country, pop, rap, and hip-hop, celebrating and contextualizing the black roots of country music. The album features collaboration with Miley Cyrus, Post Malone, and Beyoncé's daughter Rumi, along with several black country artists. Beyond Album of the Year, Beyoncé won Best Country Album and Best Country Duo Group Performance for Most Wanted, her collaboration with Miley Cyrus. Despite entering the Grammys as one of the most nominated artists of the night, Taylor Swift left without a win. Her album The Tortured Poets Department was nominated for Album of the Year and Best Pop Vocal Album, while her song Fortnight featuring Post Malone was in the running for Record of the Year and Song of the Year. However, Kendrick Lamar's viral hit Not Like Us swept Record of the Year and Song of the Year, while Olivia Rodrigo won Best Pop Vocal Album for Guts, causing a major upset for Swift's fans. There were also other major winners. Best New Artist went to Chapel Roan. Best Pop Vocal Album went to Sabrina Carpenter for Short and Sweet. Best Pop Solo Performance was snagged by Sabrina Carpenter for Espresso. Best Pop Duo Group Performance went to Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars for Die With a Smile. Best Rap Album honor went to Doechii for Alligator Bites Never Heal. Best Rock Performance went to The Beatles for Now and Then. The Rolling Stones took home the Best Rock Album for Hackney Diamonds. Best R&B Album went to Chris Brown for 1111 Deluxe. The night was filled with powerful performances, including The Weeknd, marking his return to the Grammys after past disagreements. Additionally, Alicia Keys was honored with the Dr. Dre Global Impact Award for her contributions to diversity in the music industry. For more updates, follow Shosha.
After 2 historic verdicts, which way will Delhi's heart sway? Watch with India's most credible anchors, the most extensive coverage, Battle for Delhi. Only on CNN News 18. Green Lamb Laminates presents CNN News 18 Primetime Studio.
Good evening and a warm welcome. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Griha Atul, and I'm coming to you live from the Green Lamb Laminates Primetime Studios. Now, with just 48 hours to go before Delhi heads to polls, the contest has tightened to a fierce battle between the Aam Aadmi Party, the BJP, the Congress, and a handful of regional players who have also thrown their hats in the ring. At this crucial juncture, a new JNU report has stirred the pot, claiming that illegal immigration has